All right, awesome. In this video, I'm going to go over how to create paid ads on Facebook. So if at this point you haven't gone through all the previous training videos that I put together, I highly recommend that you do. The reason is if you jump right into, if you just created a fan page and you immediately start doing paid ads to generate leads, without social proof, your conversion rates are going to be much lower than they would if you had a good amount of content on your page and a lot of social proof. People look around a lot and they want to make sure that you're a person that they should be giving their information to be quite honest. So if you skipped over any of the other videos and you jump right to this one, again, I can't force you to do it, but my recommendation is to follow the videos and do the steps in order that I've taught you to get your best results. So right now, I'm going to dive in. I'm going to show you how to create basically like test ads for your offers. Okay, so these are ads that you can test for a couple bucks, right? So what you want to do is create multiple ads that go to the same offer with slight different variations in those campaigns, and you can test them out for about $2 a piece. And ultimately what you want to do is we'll be able to identify what ad campaigns are getting the best results and which ones aren't doing so good, so we can stop using the ones that aren't doing so well and invest more into the ones that are doing better. So right now I'm going to go over a couple of just examples of how you can do this. All right, so right now I'm on the home page of my Facebook account. So what you want to do is simply come over here to this little upside down arrow deal thing, and we're going to click on this, and we're going to come down to create ads. And it's going to load in my account. Now it's going to give us a bunch of different options here of what we want to do. So I'm going to use basically the ad that I created that I've been using, that I used in the previous video on how to build how to build an audience and monetize it. I'm going to use that ad. So that's going to be a boost your post option because that post has already been created on my fan page. So I'm going to use that one for this example. So now I'm going to choose the page that I want to use, which is my Matt Aaron page. Next, I'm going to choose the post that I want to promote, which is this one. And now it's going to give me a bunch of different options of how to target a specific offer. So again, you want to target as specifically as you can. I'd like to get somewhere in the range. It could be as low as targeting like 10,000 people. It doesn't have to be a specific amount. I just like to divide my ads up as much as I can. That way I can identify what's getting results and what isn't. So here we are in the ads manager. So first of all, we're going to target by geographical location. So right now I'm just targeting the United States. I'm going to also put in the United Kingdom. It'll allow me, and it will allow you, just so you know. And you can target wherever you want, okay? All right, so I got United Kingdom. I'm going to target Canada. And probably on your computer, it's going to go a lot faster. Again, I'm using a machine that I'm going to get rid of soon. So we're going to target Canada. And in this example, I'm going to target Iceland as well. All right, so I target United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Iceland. So now you might be thinking, if you speak English, you also can target by their language. So I mean, even if you're Spanish speaking and all of your ad copy is written in Spanish, you can still target the United States. You would just target people who have their Facebook accounts set up to Spanish as their primary language and not English. So for example, mine's all in English. Obviously, English is not the primary language in Iceland, but I'm going down here in languages, I'm going to type in English, all. So now I'm targeting people who live in Iceland who use their Facebook accounts in English, not in their primary language. So now what you're going to want to do is, first of all, the thing I would suggest is, number one is never run a campaign that's targeting both men and women. You want to divide that up. So for this particular campaign, I'm going to target men. And rather than doing the full age range of 18 to 65, I'm going to divide it basically, I might divide it into 3 for this one. So I'm going to do 18 to say 29. And you always can look over here and see your potential reach. So right now I'm at 38 million, which is ridiculously high because I really haven't done any targeting for anything specific yet. So here's where the potential reach will drop. So what you want to do is target like one particular interest. So it could be a particular person in the industry. Obviously you want to target more recognizable people. So just for this example, we'll do Ray Higdon. So I'm going to target Ray Higdon. So now I'm targeting a specific person. Which now took my potential reach right in the range that I like at 49,000. Okay. So again, you can do it with anyone you can think of. I mean, Mike Dillard, Ray Higdon, Tim Ferriss. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on of people that you can target. All right, most of the stuff I just kind of leave alone, like behaviors, more categories. You could target in more depth. I'm not going to get into all that at this point. And then for the daily budget, I always recommend to start at like a couple bucks. That way, you're not going to, you know, there's no reason to have a huge budget on something that you don't know what the kind of results you're going to get are. So again, if I test this for $2 and I like the results I'm getting, if I'm generating, if I'm getting a good amount of views and start to generate leads, I mean, for $2, all I'm looking for is like a lead. Really, if I get a lead from this, I'll probably scale up and test it out at a higher dollar amount. And if I continue to like the results, I'll scale up even more. So I might run it for $2 today. If it looks pretty good, I might run it for $4 tomorrow. And if it continues to look good, I might continue to double up. But for this particular campaign, again, I would do one. Everything would be basically the same, but the next one I would do would be targeting women 18 to 29, right? So there's a slight one change in the one variable change, and test it again. So let's just say that I did women, the same exact ad, testing it to women instead of men. And let's say that women, it was a lot better, right, than men. I would stop this ad promoting it to men, and I would only target women, and I would scale up. So I'd stop spending money on one and invest it in the other. Okay. All right, so the ad set name, I like to add in. So again, the ad set name is US, Great Britain, Canada, and Iceland, right? 18 to 29. Then I'm going to also put male, Ray Higdon. Okay. So now I have the ad set name created. And then at this point, if I wanted to run this ad, a couple more things I want you to do. Again, set up different variations. So I'm actually going to change that ad set name slightly. First of all, I always remove desktop right column. And I always, you want to divide up, you want to run one ad campaign to mobile, and you want to run a separate one to desktop newsfeed. So for this one, I'm just going to run to mobile. Okay. So I'm going to remove desktop. I'm trying to get back up to the ad set name, in case you're wondering. All right, so I would add mobile on here too. So my specific this campaign is going to target people in the United States, Great Britain, Canada, Iceland, 18 to 29 years old, male, who are interested in Ray Higdon and who are on their phones, on their mobile device, right? So all right, so also for conversion tracking, you want to track all conversions from your Facebook pixel. If you haven't set this up, you'll have to set it up in your campaign. Another thing too is this, excuse me, if this is your first time doing paid advertising on Facebook, you'll also need to connect it with some form of payment. So you have to connect it with a credit card or something like that, okay? So at that point, everything is set for this particular one. So the next one that I would do, everything would be exactly the same, men 18 to 29. The only variation that I would change is I would target desktop news feed rather than mobile news feed, right? And then I would do the same thing for women. I would target women 18 to 29, and so on and so forth. Ray Higdon, same countries, everything. I would do one targeting desktop, one targeting mobile newsfeed, and then I would move up to 30 to say 44, 45, somewhere in that range, maybe a little higher. And then I would do targeting people who are say, maybe I do one that's from 30 to 49, and then I would do another one from 50 to 65 and older, right? And then at that point, it's just looking and tracking and seeing what's doing the best and stopping the ones that suck. And because some will suck, just so you're aware. It's not like this is instant money, because if it was, everyone would just simply do this. You have to pay attention to what's going on. So if something is doing good, you continue to do it and you scale up. Rather than doing $2, you do $4 and $8 and then $20 and then $50. And if you have like a crazy winner, you could be putting, as long as you're putting, if you put $1 in and get $1 back, and if you have a product that has any kind of other offers, that's what you're looking for. If you can put $1 in and get $2 back, you're all set, right? So if you put $100 in today and you get $200 back, obviously, what would you do? You would keep doing it, right? So that's pretty much it. Then at this point, if I wanted to actually place this order, I would simply click on place order, and it would go through a process with Facebook, and they would approve the ad. And at that point, my ads are running, and it basically throughout the day today, on my phone or on my PC, I would continue to monitor the stats, and that would be it. So with that said, I hope this helps. And in future videos, we might get into a little bit more depth on this, and also on our whenever we're doing like hangouts and stuff like that, we'll definitely be talking more about it as well. So with that said, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.